perfect continuous versus the present perfect. Let's compare those two tenses. The present perfect continuous, like I have been doing, compared to the present perfect, like I've done. Both of these tenses are used to talk about something that started in the past and which affects the current situation in the present. The difference is that, though, the present perfect continuous focuses on the activity, and the present perfect focuses on the effect of the activity on the present. For example, when I say, I have been reading this book. I have been reading this book. This is a present perfect continuous sentence. And I'm just pointing out that I was busy reading this book. I'm focusing on the activity itself. I've been reading this book. Whereas, when I use a present perfect sentence, I say, I have read this book. And here what is important is the effect on the present moment. I know something new now after having read this book. So, I have read this book. I have been reading this book. I have read this book. I have been reading this book is about the activity. I have read this book is about the fact that I learned something new and currently I know more. Another difference is that if you mention the number of times you did an activity, you use the present perfect. For example, you say, I have read this book 3 times. So you use the present perfect. You say, I have read this book 3 times. You never say, I have been reading this book 3 times. That would be wrong. Another difference is that if we are talking about a change that is still ongoing, we use the present perfect continuous. For example, you say, the population has been growing. This is a present perfect continuous sentence. But if it is not ongoing, the change that you're talking about is not ongoing, then you use the present perfect. You simply say, the population has grown from 30 to 40 million. So again, in the sentence, the population has been growing, the change that you're talking about is still continuing. But if you say, the population has grown from 30 to 40, you're just saying that's what's happened, and now the impact in the present is that we have a larger population, and the change is over. It is not necessarily ongoing at this very moment anymore. So that was a summarized comparison between the two tenses, the present perfect continuous and the present perfect.